Through Swallowing the Starry Sky, Chen, who awakened to the strongest urban god system, felt completely flat. Perhaps in this life, one can only become an ordinary and handsome god with a wealth of billions, and can only live a decadent life of drunkenness, dreaming of death, savoring sweetness, and savoring salt every day. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining cosmic coins, crystals, immortal coins, crystals, monetary rewards. Eternal coin, hour, resurrection coin, crystal core, spirit stone, immortal stone, ink stone, Yuanying pill, merit treasure rewards. Ocean heart, Soga diamond ring, valuable ball, lost treasure money. Oh, I seem to have stood up keywords of the novel. It's really difficult for me, who is devouring the starry sky and becoming a god without a pop-up window. It's really difficult for me, who is devouring the starry sky and becoming a god without a pop-up window. Download the full text. It's really difficult for me, who is devouring the starry sky and becoming a god without a pop-up window. Read the latest chapter. Chapter 1. Melancholy Billionaires. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1 Melancholy Billionaires. Ian District 3rd High School. On the spacious playground, there was a bustling scene, and groups of students were consciously starting today's physical education exercise. It is now 2056 AD, and more than 30 years have passed since the Great Nirvana period that caused a sudden change in human history. In today's human society, martial arts are highly valued, and exercising one's physique is almost something that everyone should pay attention to. Even in the college entrance examination, it is a key assessment item. Naturally, there won't be any absurd incidents of physical education teachers getting sick and math teachers coming to substitute classes. On the contrary, it is rare for math teachers to fall ill and have physical education teachers substitute for them. After all, martial artists not only strengthen their physical fitness, but also have much higher neural response speed and brain thinking activity than ordinary people. It is not surprising that a physical education teacher can teach mathematics. Chen can testify to this point. After all, the physical education teacher in charge of their class is a senior student of the martial arts school who loves mathematics. It was under his leadership that Chen's class ranked among the top in mathematics in the city. Suddenly, Chen, why are you slacking off here again? Wei-Wen walked up with a big grin and said with a disgruntled expression, while his right hand habitually wanted to take Chen's shoulder. Chen's gaze remained focused on the mo angry in her hand, while she cleverly avoided Wei-Wen's big hand with a slight shoulder. Don't make a fuss. Chen twisted her body and found a more comfortable position to lean against the big tree behind her. Wei-Wen rubbed the palm that hit the big stone with some pain, but looking at Chen's incredibly skilled posture in front of him, he also felt somewhat helpless for his friend. You just give up, Chen must have his own ideas. Luo Feng also stepped forward, feeling helpless about Chen's actions, which Wei-Wen had been constantly teasing during this period. Wei-Wen saw Luo Feng and couldn't help but pout, pretending to be jealous. I really envy you. Even if you have good academic performance, your strength has reached the level of a senior student of a martial arts school. Becoming a martial artist in the future is already a guaranteed thing. Warriors. Upon hearing this vocabulary, even Luo Feng's heart couldn't help but feel an indescribable palpitations. Martial artists, that is a transcendent existence. Luo Feng's gaze once again focused on the somewhat lazy Chen in front of him, and he couldn't help but sigh. Chen may have reached the physical fitness of a quasi-warrior. I think so. Chen, do you want to participate in the quasi-warrior assessment? I think the probability of you passing is still very high. Wei-Wen took Luo Feng's words seriously, as only the two of them knew the true strength of the person in front of him at the 3rd high school in Ian District. Chen is able to suppress the existence of Luo Feng, a senior martial arts student, with just one arm. You should know that Luo Feng is a senior student at the Extreme Martial Arts School, and his punching power has even reached over 800 kilograms. More importantly, during the last martial arts competition, Luo Feng was already able to compete against 3 senior martial arts students, including Zhang Haobai. But such a strong Luo Feng was suppressed with one hand by Su Chen, who seemed a bit thin and weak, but was not as handsome as an ordinary person. This kind of thing is probably only achievable by legendary warriors. Even if he is not a warrior, Luo Feng and Wei Wen estimate that Su Chen's distance from the standard of a quasi-warrior should be just a millimeter. But what made both of them feel a bit tired was that Su Chen in front of him, whether it was his martial arts cultivation or the honor of being a warrior, seemed to have not shown much interest. Not to mention participating in school-organized physical exercise, he has never been to a martial arts school that everyone would join. Always just maintain that lazy posture, stay quietly in the 3rd high school of Ian district, be a handsome academic bully. That's right, even if this guy looks handsome and has strong strength, that's enough. Su Chen is actually a real super academic bully. Others get 95 points in exams because they can only get 95 points, while Su Chen can get 120 points because the exam paper only gets 120 points. It's really unreasonable. Although Luo Feng and Wei Wen had envy in their hearts for having such a peerless genius, they had no trace of jealousy in their hearts. The two of them had always hoped that Su Chen could pick himself up, but unfortunately Su Chen seemed to take it lightly and always looked lazy. That is to say, Su Chen may have some background. 2 years ago, he was able to forcefully transfer to the 3rd high school in Ian district through the relationship with the principal. It was precisely for the face of the principal that the physical education teacher, whose mind was filled with mathematical theorems, did not give Su Chen, a genius with quirks, a loving education. But fortunately, the irritable physical education teacher was suppressed by the principal's name, otherwise there might really be a chance that Su Chen would break a few ribs. Su Chen had some wordless roast in her heart. The water in Ian High School is very deep, you can't control it, physical education teacher. Physical education teacher. Oh, dot. Alright, you haven't finished your weight-bearing marathon today, so don't talk about Su Chen here. Hurry up and try to get the title of Advanced Martial Arts School Student before the college entrance examination. Luo Feng wiped away the sweat from his face and started doing the stretching exercises before exercise again, as if preparing to continue his exercise journey. Do you think everyone is as abnormal as you? There are only 3 senior martial arts school students among the over 5,000 students in Ian High School. If I can earn the title of Intermediate Martial Arts School Student, I can be considered an elite figure in our school. Although Wei Wen's mouth kept roast, his body was very honest and began to prepare. I'll leave first, you hurry up. Luo Feng casually greeted the two of them, and they rushed out like a gust of wind. Watching Luo Feng's receding figure, Wei Wen sighed. It seems that among the 3 of us, I have no chance of becoming a warrior anymore. Su Chen's words suddenly rang in Wei Wen's ear. Hurry up and run, there's really no possibility of becoming a martial artist just because you blame yourself here. Cut, I'll just casually say, how could a genius like me not become a warrior? Upon hearing Su Chen's words, Wei Wen's lips revealed a gentle smile. Then Wei Wen's figure moved and he quickly ran towards the direction of Luo Feng's departure. That's great. As Su Chen watched the two of them struggling for a better future, a hint of envy inexplicably appeared in her heart. As is well known, Su Chen is a traveler. The specific reasons for crossing are not important. After all, in these days, it's quite common to encounter a truck while walking on the road, or to encounter thunder while taking out food. The only thing that made Su Chen feel a bit sad was why the world she was traveling through was actually Tomato's big one, swallowing the starry sky. Is it because I really like this novel, and even read it over and over again 4 or 5 times? The plot of Devouring the Starry Sky, although brilliant and varied, brought countless joys to Su Chen in his past life. But if Su Chen really travels through it, the danger and difficulties he will face are like hell-level nightmares. The Nolan Mountain Exploration Team, who is about to awaken and will devour several base cities, discovered that the black hole intends to dominate the Earth. Neither of them can be blocked by Su Chen's small arms and legs now. Not to mention the cosmic human race powerhouses who will travel to Earth in the future to conceive offspring, as well as the countless cosmic masters and masters during the peak ethnic war in the future for Su Chen. This world is really too dangerous, however. Being able to traverse is ultimately a good thing. Who doesn't want to travel these days? But the key is that crossing requires a matching golden finger. Without a powerful golden finger, it's not even called time travel, it's called out-of-the-world food delivery service. Abbreviated as delivering food. Fortunately, like most travelers, Su Chen naturally awakened her golden finger from the day she arrived in this world. What only made Su Chen feel even more sad was that this so-called golden finger was so out of place with the world he was currently in. Ding. Host takes one breath and receives a reward of 1,000 Earth coins. Current account balance: 423395270769, ding. The host's heartbeat is once, earning a reward of 1,000 Earth coins. Current account balance: 423395271769, ding. The host blinks once and receives a reward of 1,000 Earth coins. Current account balance: 423395272769, internal investment has been approved, direct investment earns directly. End of this chapter. Chapter 2. The Strongest God-Hero System. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 2. The Strongest God-Hero System. Wei Wen is right, Su Chen indeed has the ability to suppress Luo Feng with one arm. However, contrary to their speculation, Su Chen's physical fitness is not only at the level of a quasi-warrior, but has already become an intermediate general. The strength of warriors on Earth is divided into warrior level, and god of war level, with each level divided into primary, intermediate, and advanced. Those who can pass the quasi-warrior assessment can generally reach a fist strength of 1,000 kilograms, which is considered as entering the threshold of junior warrior level. However, Su Chen's boxing strength level has already reached 24,000 kilograms, and even among the intermediate generals, he is not considered a weak one. It should be noted that after reaching the level of a warrior, even in the face of a heavy machine gun's frantic strafing, warriors can easily dodge with their powerful reaction and speed. Therefore, it is not surprising that Su Chen can easily suppress Luo Feng, who is not even a junior warrior, with a fist power of only over 800 kilograms. Such a huge level difference means that Su Chen's mastery of power far exceeds that of ordinary people. Otherwise, with Luo Feng's fragile body at this moment, a slight increase in strength would be enough to completely destroy all of Luo Feng's bodily functions. At the age of less than 18, Su Chen had already possessed the terrifying power of a war general, and was one of the most dazzling geniuses on the entire Earth. But at this moment, Su Chen had no expression of joy at all, and his eyes were filled with fatigue and hesitation. Ding! Host moves once and earns a reward of 3,000 Earth coins. Current account. Su Chen slowly stood up and stretched lazily, and the sound of the system's prompt also arrived in his mind as scheduled. That's right. Judging from the account balance of 4 trillion Earth coins and the incessant system prompts in his mind, this is Su Chen's golden finger. The strongest urban god system. As the name suggests, this is the strongest golden finger of the legendary hero in countless urban novels that the protagonist dreams of. With the Xinhao system, the lowest level version is also one that can earn higher rewards by spending enough money within the specified time. Some of the more flashy ones include breathing to give money, walking, sitting, and lying, as well as having a smooth heartbeat and pulse, all of which can earn rewards. Even completing some monetary tasks can reward the improvement of physical fitness, professional knowledge in various disciplines, painting, wine tasting, calligraphy, rhythm, and other essential skills. It can be said that any Shinhao system is enough to help the protagonist to maneuver in the city, punching arima and kicking fried dough twists rattan. Urban beauties, internet celebrities, broadcasters, and entertainment stars will all be given whatever they want, both sweet and salty to watch and taste. Unfortunately, Su Chen obtained the ultimate golden finger that combines all the functions of the Shinhao system. The strongest urban god system. This system can be said to be the most powerful Shinhao system in Su Chen's many years of experience. Whenever there is a different world, such as the fashionable city where a certain military king returns. With the powerful capabilities of the system, Su Chen can instantly lead a corrupt life where he can level up for a day and gallop on horseback for the rest of his life. But what about Su Chen at this moment? Su Chen sighed again, and the system prompt in her mind arrived as scheduled. Ding! The host takes one breath and receives a reward. As for the Shinhao system, Su Chen's golden finger is not without its power, almost gathering the powerful functions of all types of Shinhao systems. Whether it's heartbeat, breathing, pulse, or even taking a step or blinking, anything that humans can think of will receive corresponding rewards. Even the system has a special date check.in function, but any special day can receive a generous reward at the check.in office. There are many ways to obtain rewards, but the rewards Su Chen receives through the system are basically closely related to money. The only difference, but not very significant, is the task function of the Pit Father. Although the task content is basically simple matters such as spending money or pretending to be forced without nutrition, the rewards are still slightly different. Obtaining physical reinforcement attributes, mastering professional knowledge such as mathematics and Chinese, and mastering urban decoration skills such as cooking, painting, and rhythm are all routine operations. A rare reward is the ability to enhance one's own charm, or to receive a slightly mysterious financial aura. But so what? Over the years, with the help of the system, Su Chen has gained billions of points in addition to her handsome appearance, extensive knowledge, vast wealth, and various pretending skills. What else does Su Chen have? In this terrifying world where strength is paramount and the strong can decide everything, even immortal beings can be easily beaten to death. What is the use of Su Chen's billions of dollars in wealth? Since possessing the strongest divine wealth system, Su Chen's wealth seems to have the ability to reproduce continuously. No matter how corrupt he is, he cannot consume them completely. Go away, you damn banknotes! Don't tarnish my pure soul as a super tycoon with 4 trillion earth coins and enough wealth to make the vast majority of war gods' peak powerhouses envy. Su Chen also has her own troubles. The first point is the prompt sound that the system keeps murmuring in Su Chen's ear like Tang Monk. You should know that whether it's breathing or heartbeat, Su Chen can receive system rewards, plus those highly flashy system rewards. Su Chen is bombarded with hundreds of system prompts every minute. Perhaps it may seem novel at first, but as the days pass by, this kind of magical sound that kept ringing in Su Chen's mind all the time also became his biggest nightmare. Fortunately, the Earth Devouring the Starry world is a magical region transformed by a powerful alien named Sitting Mountain Guest, who has been reincarnated as a divine king. Life born on Earth will be transformed by a strange force, possessing a powerful talent in willpower far beyond ordinary beings in the universe. Therefore, Su Chen did not experience a mental breakdown under the repeated system prompts of the magic sound. However, Su Chen's own will was actually strengthened in the repeated confrontation with the system prompt sound. Even Su Chen himself didn't know at what level his current will had reached. Su Chen only knew that under the influence of his strong will, he was able to clearly control every bit of his own strength. It is precisely because of this that in the competition with Luo Feng, one can perfectly control their own power, but precisely unleash the physical power that easily suppresses Luo Feng. The second point lies in one's own talent. Although Su Chen appears to have become the youngest warrior-level warrior in the entire Jiangnan Bay City, it does not necessarily mean that Su Chen's talent is truly so powerful. After Su Chen's own accurate estimation, he discovered a frustrating fact. My own talent is not as powerful as I imagined, and even slightly inferior to that of ordinary peers. The reason why Su Chen became a warrior is simply because of the attribute points that can enhance physical fitness rewarded by system tasks. But even so, Su Chen successfully accumulated into the warrior's body after several years of accumulation. The system can only add a few physical attribute points, which is negligible for this devouring starry world that can easily annihilate planets and sweep galaxies. That is to say, Su Chen has a wealth of billions, and during his growth period, he has purchased countless treasures that are suitable for martial artists to build foundations and improve physical fitness, regardless of cost. Ingredients such as deep-sea silver sturgeon caviar at the level of beast generals and iron-winged dragon liver at the level of lords can greatly enhance the physical fitness of warriors. For Su Chen, it's just a daily dish that she doesn't care about. Even the century-old ginseng, Ganoderma lucidum, and other mutated plants that are rare to even martial artists have become important components of Su Chen's daily drinks. It is precisely under the combined effect of the system's attribute rewards, the most powerful cultivation guidance technique on Earth, and Su Chen's relentless search for precious resources. Only then did he forcefully stack Su Chen from an ordinary warrior without cultivation talent to the terrifying level of an intermediate warrior. The cost incurred during this period is enough to make even a strong member of parliament feel excruciating pain. It can be imagined that Su Chen's martial arts talent. The last point is also very clear. Su Chen, who is already an intermediate general, clearly shows no signs of awakening his spiritual and mental abilities. That means thinking of this, Su Chen couldn't help but lower his head in frustration, while his heart began to habitually count silently. 3. 2. 1. Ding. Congratulations to the host who has turned 18 and received an adult check that IN reward of 10 million universe coins. End of this chapter. Chapter 3. God of War. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3 God of War. 10 million. This is an astronomical number that is unimaginable for ordinary people, but it is not a big deal for Su Chen. The reason why Su Chen specifically pays attention to this system information is simply because of a small habit he has had in recent years when engaging in willpower confrontation with the system prompt. In the face of these continuous storms, each word can be clearly and accurately branded in Su Chen's mind. At first, Su Chen couldn't bear the disturbance and even had a feeling of depression. But I don't know if it's because Su Chen has a strong willpower, or because of his special nature as a traveler, or because of the strong willpower talent that Earthlings have been transformed into. Su Chen was finally able to directly gaze at the system prompts that he had originally regarded as nightmares, and constantly strengthen his own will through repeated confrontations. Countdown for some special dates is also a small habit for Su Chen to remind herself to stay awake, and it must be said that this method is indeed very useful. Thank you, little angel Jinmu. For this habit that was almost at the cost of being exercised, it unexpectedly made Su Chen's willpower struggle much easier over the years. As for the content on the message, Su Chen really didn't pay too much attention. After a moment of contemplation, Su Chen's eyes showed a strong curiosity. Why is it that one special date of adulthood is only a meager 10 million? You should know that even on April Fool's Day on the expired calendar, Su Chen received a terrifying astronomical reward of 500 million Earth coins on that day. 10 million should not right. Feeling a strong sense of discord, Su Chen immediately reacted and quickly opened the information panel of the system, starting to search for the special system prompt that had already disappeared in the ocean of information. Ding. Congratulations to the host who has turned 18 and received an adult check that IN reward of 10 million universe coins. Hush. After reading the system prompt clearly, Su Chen couldn't help but take a cold breath. The value of 10 million is indeed correct. But the unit after this amount is not a common currency on Earth, Earth coin. But rather a cosmic coin that has received recognition from the entire human population and even possesses strong purchasing power throughout the entire primordial universe. The universe has countless degrees and ethnic groups, and the corresponding various types of currency are simply incalculable. The primary civilization empire of the universe where the Milky Way is located, the Silver Blue Empire, has its own unique currency, the Silver Blue coin. The Silver Blue Empire, which belongs to the Middle Civilization Empire of the universe, the Black Dragon Mountain Empire, also has its own exclusive currency, the Black Dragon coin. Even the White Witch universe, which includes the Black Dragon Mountain Empire and occupies 1/1000th of the human population's territory, has issued its own exclusive currency, the White Witch coin. The currency systems between different countries are completely different, and the currency of the upper universe country can be exchanged for the currency of the lower universe country, while the opposite may not necessarily be possible. And there are only two universal currencies recognized by all ethnic groups and nations in the entire universe. One is the cosmic crystal, cosmic coin, which is a powerful energy crystal formed by condensing the fundamental energy of the universe at the level of the realm master. Another one is the immortal crystal, immortal coin, which is a strange energy crystal containing the power of the fundamental laws of the universe that can only be condensed by immortal existence. However, the immortal crystal is clearly more precious, and even for the peak human race, it is still a strategic reserve. Therefore, almost no country or race will use immortal crystals as currency, and in most cases, cosmic crystals, cosmic coins, are used for settlement. As for the mixed unit that often appears in the original work, it is not a new currency, but a counting unit commonly used by some super powerhouses when trading. And at this moment, what Su Chen has obtained is 10 million universe coins. This can already rival all the wealth that a domain master has at its peak, and even many domain masters may not necessarily have such a wealth. It should be noted that even the barely enfeoffed Huyen Bo from the Mo star, who sets the star level for Luo Feng, can only inherit about 3 million cosmic coins in total. But what Su Chen is most concerned about at this moment is not the significance of the huge wealth represented in the system prompt content. For Su Chen, money really can't bring him any pleasure anymore. What Su Chen truly cares about is the powerful value that this 10 million universe coin itself possesses. 10 million cosmic coins formed by the convergence of the fundamental energy of the universe. Cosmic coins. The place where Su Chen is located is under the sunshine, so no one noticed a dark blue crystal floating on Su Chen's palm at this moment, just like a coin. Yes. The items rewarded by the system can be freely realized in physical form or directly recharged into the balance of Su Chen's account. The reason why Su Chen was able to float was not because he had awakened the spiritual mind master's ability to control objects, but because Su Chen had a wonderful ability to control the items displayed or purchased in the system. Su Chen is able to perform limited and simple controls on it, while also being able to freely hide the special effects on its body. This ability system is called not revealing wealth. It is a powerful information barrier formed by the system to protect others and even the entire universe through a conceptual level information barrier. It is precisely because of this that no one has discovered in recent years what kind of extreme luxury Su Chen's food and clothing is. It is precisely for this reason that only Su Chen, with an apprentice-level cultivation, was able to directly hold a cosmic coin. And will not be directly crushed by the powerful cosmic power contained in the universe coin, which is the weak physical body of the apprentice level. Indeed, it is. Looking at the deep blue crystal in front of me, I feel the immense warmth inside, like a mother calling out for her children's warm breath in a faint moment. Su Chen seemed to see an incredibly vast and magnificent strange space. One sand, one world infinite cosmic crystal. Every inch of soil seems to contain endless power from the origin of the universe, and the void is not filled with strange and mysterious trajectories of various colors. In a faint moment, Su Chen's consciousness naturally realized that it was the fundamental fluctuation of the mysterious laws of gold, wood, water, fire, earth, wind, lightning, light, space, time, and so on in the primitive universe. What is this? The origin of the law. Which vast space is the origin of the universe? The origin of the universe is the true core of the entire primordial universe, and no one knows when and where it exists. Only after breaking through the realm master level can one rely on the resonance power of the inner world to allow the consciousness of the realm master level strong to enter the origin of the universe. It's really great. Su Chen's eyes were filled with joy. The power of the origin of the universe, also known as the power of the world, is a special creative force that can only be utilized by strong beings at the realm level. The World Master level powerhouse can even use the power of the world to create a world that can be maintained almost forever. Of course, Su Chen at this moment did not truly enter the origin of the primordial universe. It's just because of the unique control ability given by the system over system rewards. Therefore, Su Chen was able to rely on the power of the world contained in the universe coin and barely seemed to be connected to the illusion of the origin of the universe. But even so, this is enough to make Su Chen, a primary school student who doesn't even have a star rating, benefit greatly. Compared to the mysterious laws and fluctuations, the strange changes in Su Chen's body at this moment made him even more excited and inexplicable. The power of the world's origin slowly injected into Su Chen's body from the universe coin, continuously extending towards various corners of his body along Su Chen's blood vessels. The powerful creative power contained in the power of the world is constantly tempering every inch of Su Chen's flesh and blood. In Su Chen's perception of his strong will, his power is constantly rising under the baptism of the world's power at this moment. 25,000 kilograms, 27,000 kilograms. 29,000 kilograms, 54,000 kilograms. 58,000 kilograms, 62,000 kilograms, 64,000 kilograms. God of War. P.S. To avoid some trouble, all currencies on Earth are calculated using Earth currency, and some item prices that do not match the original work can be ignored. End of this chapter. Chapter 4. Rapidly Advancing Strength. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 4. Rapidly Advancing Strength. Boom. A huge sonic boom suddenly echoed through this Ian District 3rd High School, full of student passion and youth. Next up. Every teacher and student in the 3rd High School of Ian District suddenly felt a tightness in their hearts, as if a huge mountain was crushing them thick. Powerful. Unstoppable. Although this momentum only lasted for a moment and then flashed away, the strong aura still left them involuntarily frozen in place. That feeling is like encountering one's own natural enemy. It is a reverence instinct that arises when facing higher levels of life. Even Luo Feng, who is undergoing weight-bearing running training, is also one of the affected members. Just different from others, although Luo Feng was also stunned at the beginning. But in just a moment, Luo Feng suddenly became clear. He was surprised to find that an inexplicable warm current was surging out of his body at an unknown time, constantly flowing throughout his body, warm and radiant. It was under the influence of this warm current that Luo Feng surprisingly regained his mobility faster than the legendary retired guard Chen, who was not far away. What's going on? Luo Feng looked around anxiously, as it was the first time in his life that he had come into contact with such a powerful aura. Even the black-crowned golden eagle that he accidentally encountered on the street not long ago, or the powerful warrior who wielded the black-crowned golden eagle, never brought such a strong sense of oppression to Luo Feng. In Luo Feng's line of sight, all the classmates and teachers were frozen in place at this moment, as if they had not calmed down from the previous pressure. Even the legendary retired martial arts master Chen's performance at this moment is no different from those around him. What exactly is that? Luo Feng's face was full of confusion, but his heart began to ignite an inexplicable fighting spirit. Lord-level monster invasion. Impossible, the guards of the base city cannot allow monsters of this level to enter. It should be some god of war level powerhouse who is joking with us. In a daze, Luo Feng suddenly heard Qin's slightly trembling murmur from the doorway in his ear. It seems that the rumor that Mr. Qin is a retired warrior should be true. At this moment, Luo Feng also noticed that Mr. Qin was obviously recovering faster than the nearby teachers and students. Of course, Luo Feng is also very interested in the two special words mentioned by Mr. Qin. Lord level. God of war level. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed with curiosity, but he also knew that this was not the right time to pursue such matters. Ah! What was that just now? It's so terrifying. Not long after, everyone in the 3rd high school of Ian district also regained consciousness and began to scream in fear. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Luo Feng quickly followed the guidance of the physical education teacher ahead and ran towards the direction of the classroom with everyone. The entire 3rd high school in Ian district was in chaos at this time. Even the principal, who usually only attends major speech events, had to step forward. We used a special channel directly connected to the school radio station to comfort and evacuate all the teachers and students in the school, with the intention of quickly tidying up the mess with our years of authority. Is this the power of the god of war level powerhouse? This warm and vibrant feeling, this terrifying speed of improvement. Until now, Chen still couldn't believe it, but the surging vitality inside him clearly told him. This is the legendary powerful power that only the god of war can master. Although Chen couldn't see it, he could clearly perceive the seemingly endless life essence in his body, surging like a spring in every inch of flesh and blood. The already fair body is becoming increasingly flawless, just like pure crystals, crystal clear. Even the hair on the body seemed to emit a brilliant divine radiance under the erosion of this vital energy. Skeletons, flesh and blood, and even every cell are constantly strengthening, emitting a burst of joy originating from the instinct of life. This feeling is so wonderful, so comfortable. Chen carefully sensed the drastic changes inside her body while using her strong will to suppress the exponentially increasing power within her body. For the current turmoil at Ian High School, Chen stated that this was purely accidental, and if there were any similarities, it would not be his business. Who could have imagined that the power of the world would be so powerful? However, after careful consideration, Chen also gained some understanding. After all, a universe coin can be exchanged for 3,300 witch coins, and it can also be exchanged for 330 black dragon coins. That is to say, just one cosmic coin can already purchase several star-level slaves on the dragon star. Rather than saying that the universe coin, crystal, is a currency, it is more accurate to say that it is a cultivation resource recognized by all ethnic groups and forces in the entire universe. Even for those cosmic-level powerhouses who can freely fight on white dwarfs, cosmic coins, crystals, are a highly cost-effective natural resource. It is not surprising that Chen, a novice with only an apprentice-level cultivation, can undergo such a huge change at this time. At the same time, it was precisely because Chen was the first to encounter such advanced cultivation resources that he was washed away by the power of this world. Chen's physical fitness has multiplied several times in this short period of time, and her fist strength level has exceeded 100,000 kilograms. Not only did it effortlessly cross the threshold of the god of war, which seemed like a heavenly gate to ordinary people, but it was also close to breaking through the level of an intermediate god of war. It was precisely because the power of the world was too powerful, and Chen at that time was completely unprepared for this breakthrough, causing Chen's already formidable willpower, which was far superior to her peers, to fail to suppress the crazy and restless atmosphere of her breakthrough. On the contrary, relying on the explosive power as support, Chen's strong willpower unexpectedly spread out along with the breakthrough aura. This is the real reason why all the teachers and students of Ian High School are truly intimidated. If it were not for this, even the strongest warrior at the peak of the god of war could not have achieved the stunning effect they had before simply by relying on their momentum. However, Chen's significant improvement this time is mainly due to the following two reasons. Firstly, while Su Chen's cultivation far exceeds that of all geniuses of his age, the impurities accumulated in his body are also far beyond that of ordinary people. I don't know why, but every purchase is an officially guaranteed genuine product, with the quality and reputation guarantee of major chambers of commerce alliances. But when the purchased item was actually used on Su Chen, it did not have the enticing effect as advertised. That is to say, Su Chen has so much money that he doesn't really care about it. As long as it has an effect. The quality is not enough, let's make up for the quantity. That is to say, the effect of world power is too powerful. It not only easily cleans up these impurities in one go, but also repairs countless invisible wounds in Su Chen's body. Secondly, the lower limit of the world power effect is not something that a general level, vegetable chicken like Su Chen can digest. Just a slight exposure to the power of the world is enough to bring about a revolutionary change in the cultivation of a warrior level. Taking these two factors into account is the fundamental reason why Su Chen is able to achieve such a terrifying improvement at this moment. For Su Chen, the world power within the cosmic coin, crystal, is undoubtedly the most precious auxiliary cultivation resource on Earth at this moment. But this kind of good thing is only limited to the first encounter, and it is just a pipe dream to expect such a terrifying improvement in every cultivation in the future. Sigh. Thinking of this, Su Chen couldn't help but lower her head and let out a sigh again. It's so difficult for me. End of this chapter. Chapter 5. Cruel Reality, New Books for Collection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5 Cruel Reality, New Books for Collection. A cosmic crystal contains far more energy than the so-called apprentice level. With an apprentice-level cultivation, one is already unable to withstand the powerful world power contained within the cosmic crystal. It is fortunate to be able to taste a little bit with the unique control given by the system. If you want to climb to the sky with this, it would be a bit of a cowardly move. Su Chen wouldn't have had too high expectations for this kind of thing. After all, for a truly strong person, money is nothing more than dirt. How could Su Chen, who was deeply affected by this, have any expectations? What truly made Su Chen feel lost was, even though he now possesses the physical fitness of a god of war, there is still no sign of awakening his spiritual and mental abilities in his body. Su Chen knew that before breaking through the cosmic level, she was destined to have no connection with the carefree and elegant profession of a spiritual thinker. It's only possible to become a savage warrior who can explode stars with just one punch. Sigh. After all, if there is no awakening of spiritual and mental power, it means that Su Chen cannot pass Babada's screening. And being unable to pass Babada's screening means that Su Chen cannot obtain the inheritance of the planet of Maimo. The inheritance of Yuma star. Su Chen has no self-restraint that cannot seize the opportunity of the protagonist. If it is really necessary. It's not impossible for Su Chen to sell out his soul, which has long been corrupted by money, even if he reluctantly tries. People. Facing life, it is inevitable to bow down. Su Chen couldn't bear the humiliation of inheriting the inferior inheritance secrets of Huyen Bo and the inheritance of only a few million mixed yuan units. But unfortunately, the inheritance of Yuma star is simply a chance created for Luo Feng, the protagonist of fate, to be personally present. In just 50,000 years, there was a spiritual master like Luo Feng who achieved the required brain expansion on the entire earth. This is the true treatment of the Son of Destiny. Unlike Su Chen, it's just a little bit of dirt. Moreover, intelligent life is essentially a group of very stubborn individuals, which means that the Babada on the Satsuma star could not have violated the will of Hyunbo. That is to say, the only possible inheritor of the Death Ink star at present can only be Luo Feng, the son of fate. In this situation, Su Chen, with such a great sense of time travel and such a huge hidden system, naturally wouldn't come forward to seek trouble. After all, with Su Chen's understanding of Babada's selfish personality, Once the other party discovers Su Chen's secrets, it is uncertain what they would want to do if Su Chen is not the inheritor of the Death Ink star. For forces with a soul enslavement inheritance. When there is not enough self-protection power, Su Chen must have kept a respectful distance. It is precisely because of this that Su Chen used his money ability to come to the third high school in Ian district and became Luo Feng's classmate. If it weren't for this reason, with Su Chen's physical fitness already surpassing that of a general at the time, why would he come here to study in high school? The teaching quality of teachers in this school may not necessarily be as good as Su Qingao. Get to know advanced mathematics. Are you interested in master-level hackers? Epic level, Marxist-Leninist, asks if you are afraid or not. In the past decade or so, even Su Chen himself did not pay attention to how many seemingly powerful but useless pit-father skills he had obtained from the system. The only thing that has a deeper impression is that, divine-level, skill. It's too eye-catching, it's better not to recall. That is to invest in the promising young people of the human race for the future. Otherwise, with Su Chen's conditions, even if you were to become the principal here, it would be more than just a poke. In fact, this school does have a portion of Su Chen's shares. If you can't become a principal, it's not unacceptable to just be the principal's boss. And Su Chen, who coincidentally became the boss of the company where Luo Feng's parents are, said that this must be a fate arrangement. That's it. Under the combined influence of Su Chen's billion points of wealth, billion points of beauty, and billion points of knowledge, it is natural for Luo Feng to develop a downward compatible friendship. Young people always yearn for the strong, and for the vast majority of people, Su Chen is the one standing at the pinnacle of strength. But no one would have thought that Su Chen, a wealthy and handsome person, would come to this small Ian district third high school to invest in. I have found two friends who are not even ordinary warriors. But who can understand the pain in Su Chen's heart? Although Su Chen has a wealth of billions, is a talented and elegant person, with a graceful and charming demeanor, extraordinary appearance, dignified appearance, fresh and handsome and unrestrained, tall and majestic. But Su Chen is just an ordinary person who wants to climb the peak of the universe. How could Su Chen's strong will not perceive that there is no solid dark golden spiritual and mental power on her body? But if she cannot become a spiritual thinker, it means that Su Chen has lost contact with the vast universe, the safest way to access human populations, and the virtual universe network. In Su Chen's original plan, with his talent and the accumulation of various resources, he should still be able to break through the star rating before Luo Feng left the Earth. Su Chenkai chose to come here for the ticket to the universe and a stable spiritual environment. But now it's different. Due to the emergence of universe coins, Su Chen unexpectedly broke through the God of War level ahead of schedule. In Su Chen's perception, his punching power level has even exceeded 120 tons. This means that with the assistance of Su Chen's 9th level cultivation of the 9 Thunder Knife, Su Chen's strongest explosive power has reached a terrifying level of nearly 900 tons. This explosive power has surpassed the definition of a God of War level peak powerhouse on Earth. That is to say, Su Chen can now be called the invincible God of War. With the acquisition of Luo Feng's friendship, it seems that such strength is no longer necessary to stay at this school. And with the strength of Su Chen's invincible God of War at this time, he should also be qualified to go out for a spin as a traveler, if one can work hard and strive. Su Chen really doesn't want to be eroded by those corrupt money under the protection of Luo Feng's noble soul. The kind of decadent days where you can earn money by lying down every day and accidentally gain billions of dollars in wealth is really meaningless. People always have pursued. Su Chen sighed helplessly again and stood up amidst the constantly ringing prompts in her mind. Seems like a special reward has exploded again. It has become a little fun in Su Chen's life to search for some unique existence from countless prompts. Just different from the universe coins he obtained before, these two rewards Su Chen is completely familiar with. Ding. Congratulations to the host for breaking through the advanced generals and obtaining 2 charm attribute points. The current charm attribute points are 665. Ding. Congratulations to the host for achieving high currency consumption achievement, Universe Currency, obtaining 1 free attribute point. Currently, there are 1 remaining free attribute points. Surprisingly, useless rewards like charm attributes have appeared again. Chen expressed great helplessness towards this, knowing how much trouble his handsome face had caused him. Every once in a while, there are all kinds of girls who come to confess to themselves. Their lockers and drawers are occupied by love letters sprayed with perfume. Who can understand Chen's distress? Glancing at the system again, I really don't know who invented the waste attribute panel, and casually added the newly acquired free attribute point to the charm. Ding, charm attribute. 666, sigh handsome again. Does anyone know how many war god peaks a universe coin can withstand? The book review section told me, end of this chapter. Chapter 6. Kengda's attribute panel. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6. Kengda's attribute panel. Chen age. 18 years old. Physical fitness. 186 financial fortune. 288 charm. 666 free attribute point. 0 skills. Marxist, hacker, mathematics, omitted, task list. Omitted, balance. Omitted. This is the urban powerful system, which is said to be able to help the protagonist fight against Arima, kick fried dough, twists rattan, and make all kinds of maneuvers in the fashionable city. Thousands of beautiful women can take whatever they want. I'm really blind to such a great name. Where is the Space Management Bureau? I want to return it. Every time Chen looks at this useless garbage panel, an unnamed flame rises in his mind. What kind of wrongdoing have I done? I'm spreading such an unreliable garbage system. The property panel is very simple, mainly divided into 2 modules. A basic information module mainly consisting of physical fitness, financial luck, and charm, as well as a functional module consisting of skills, task lists, and balance. First of all, this functional module is just a burden for Chen and has no effect at all. As a divine luxury system, is balance a thing to consider? Anyway, Chen has no hope for the balance displayed on the spending panel in his lifetime. It was a lesson of blood and tears time and time again. Farewell, my pure soul. Regarding this, Chen usually omits it by default. Numbers that are as long as dead ghosts, out of sight, out of mind. As for the skill, Chen didn't have much desire to roast when she grew up. Tired. Although the strength of warriors is the true mainstream in the world of Devouring the Starry Sky, being a person stay away from illiteracy, starting from me, even if you contribute to the average IQ of society. Also out of sight, out of mind, add 1. And this, task list, looking back on that day, Chen's forehead still felt a slight pain. As mentioned before, walking, sitting and lying, breathing and heartbeat, special dates, special events, covering a wide range, vast and diverse. Chen really doubts whether the system has compiled all the things that can be done, cannot be done, possible, and impossible in this world into the task list. I vaguely remember that year, Chen was still so naive and naive. Forcefully suppressing the various magical sounds constantly piling up in my mind, I clicked on the system's task list curiously for the first time. And then Chen didn't want to open it anymore. Guess how Chen knew the general reward rules of the system, and remember the terrifying interface that suddenly filled all of Chen's perspectives. The densely packed text was like countless ants frantically drilling into Chen's mind. Be obedient. In the future, if you haven't penetrated the bushes, don't go in. If you're not sure, don't lick the box. Similarly, don't casually open things that are unclear. Out of sight, out of mind. I assume that Sue has never seen these 3 lines of small characters before. Next is another major category on the System Properties panel, basic information. Occasionally, without any worries or precautions, it suddenly appears in Chen's daily life. The most useless nature is the so-called financial luck attribute. When Su Chen thought of this, his eyebrows suddenly furrowed slightly. Here we go again. Feeling the slight pain coming from her palm, Su Chen reluctantly took out the object that looked like broken bricks. With Su Chen's current level of physical fitness as a war god, items that can bring him such a piercing sensation are naturally not easy. Starry meteorite red copper. After a brief glance, Su Chen's mind automatically came up with information about this item. The main materials that are said to be able to create weapons and equipment beyond the SS level are at least worth billions of Earth coins for such a complete and large piece. Damn financial aura. Go away. You damn banknotes. Don't insult my pure soul. For Su Chen, who has just obtained 10 million universe coins, this rare treasure that is enough to change the fate of an ordinary person's life really doesn't rank high. But since Su Chen's financial fortune attribute exceeded 250 points, the setting of being able to pick up money when going out has really become more frequent. This has added more uncontrollable variables to Su Chen's already restless life, which is what Su Chen is most helpless about. And it's not useful yet. Is Su Chen short of this amount of money? If you really want it to have any effect, it's better to let Su Chen work hard and take a few more seconds to catch her breath. What's the use of tidying up all these fancy dog poop luck for Su Chen day by day? This is swallowing the starry sky. Martial arts, cultivation, strength, treasures, secrets, and talents are the eternal and unchanging themes in this world. At this point, physique has played a slight role. But the only powerful function that Su Chen had high hopes for, which was related to the improvement of strength, gradually broke Su Chen's heart. Once upon a time. After discovering the plus sign behind her physical attributes, Su Chen was so excited that she almost jumped up. I was almost ready to give a shout and shout, "Deep Blue, add more." The beautiful longing in my mind for the seemingly nearby and effortless ability to stand on the top of the universe. In the following days, the seeds were completely erased time and time again, little by little. Yes. The increase in physical attributes can really have a powerful effect on enhancing physical fitness. Su Chen's ability to quickly break through the threshold of martial arts is attributed to the existence of institutional attributes. But Su Chen is not on a certain road, and the strongest divine luxury system in the city is not Deep Blue. The probability of obtaining physical and free attribute points is not high, but the quantity is still objective even if it accumulates. What puzzled Su Chen was the rules of how this physical attribute works. At first, it can increase by more than 10 kilograms, and occasionally it can become 1 or 2 kilograms. But this was also an early opportunity for Su Chen to surpass his peers, quickly improve his physical fitness, and quickly cross the threshold of martial arts with powerful assistance. But after Su Chen became a warrior, everything changed. Although the effect of physical attributes has not disappeared, after Su Chen broke through the martial arts, there is still no specific pattern of giving Su Chen an increase of 1 kilogram to several tens of kilograms. This method is naturally unimaginable for those urban plains, but here it devours the starry sky. But what's the use of this little improvement? In the original work, Luo Feng's physical fitness increased by 2,000 kilograms after his first practice of genetic energy. After becoming a warrior, being able to absorb the ubiquitous genetic energy in the universe makes it much easier to enhance one's strength. The strength improvement of genius warriors is often calculated in units of hundreds to thousands of kilograms. As Su Chen, who has a little bit of wealth, rare and precious auxiliary training resources and unheard of dietary supplements have basically become commonplace in ordinary families. In addition, extreme power guidance technique is the strongest guidance technique assisted by the world's strongest expert Hong. The improvement that an increase in physical attributes can bring naturally appears somewhat insignificant. Su Chen's dream of spending more money was completely shattered after completely giving up the dream of becoming a god with added points. The only thing that comforted Su Chen was this last charm attribute. End of this chapter. Chapter 7. You are greeting my body. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Chapter 7. You are greeting my body. First of all, let me declare one thing. Although over the years, Chen couldn't remember whether the attribute panel had added a few hundred points or just one or two charm attributes. But the reason why Chen is so handsome and elegant is mainly because he is already handsome enough, and the system has only played a slight beautification role for him at most. Cough and cough to get to the point. Since the effect brought by the physical attributes is far from comparable to the improvement of normal cultivation, Chen, who was extremely disappointed, naturally did not have much focus. Over the years, in addition to those fixed types of attribute point rewards, Chen's physical fitness has occasionally improved. The free attribute points obtained by Chen over the years have no longer been added to the physical fitness attribute. In most cases, I immersed myself in this charm attribute as if I had just been out of sight, out of mind. The attributes of financial luck and physical fitness are really useless. It's better to use them to take care of Chen's handsome appearance. At least it can make Chen feel a little happier. Charm attribute. This is probably the only and final comfort that this system full of copper odor can give Chen. Looking at my aloof charm attribute that reaches 666 points. While Chen showed a hint of satisfaction, his heart was also very puzzled, as those things had been constantly surrounding him from childhood to adulthood. Most of those Chen's estimated charm attributes are only 90.5 or 90.6, and the highest one is just a 90.9 point variety of warblers, birds, swallows, and swallows who gave them the courage to confess to Chen, this handsome and extraordinary son of heaven. Is Liang Jingru. Courage dare not sing like this. Besides, what exactly did those elementary school students write with their writing style? What do you like about Chen's unique melancholic temperament, and even about liking Chen's interesting soul? Pooh. Do you call it liking temperament and soul? You guys are craving my body. You are despicable. At this time when the campus was in a crisis of panic, nothing that was taken for granted was completely beyond Chen's expectations. Not far in front of Chen, a graceful figure suddenly rushed towards him with 3 parts innocence and 7 parts fear, like a swallow throwing into the forest. Gie, I'm afraid. Where are you afraid? Looking at the swaying figure in front of Chen, who was performing a wave of graceful swallows casting into the forest, Chen's heart suddenly became speechless. With just a brief glance, Chen recognized the person. Mu Nanji. Selected as one of the top 10 school beauties of the 3rd high school in Ian District by numerous boring enthusiasts. At the same time, he is also a senior beauty dog from the Beauty Association who is obsessed with Chen's beauty. Since Chen transferred to another school, he has been relentlessly pursuing her with various tactics. This is already well known to all teachers and students in the 3rd high school of Ian District. Student life is the purest stage before people enter society, unlike being influenced by some negative customs after entering society. At this stage, most girls do not have a clear understanding of money and power, so what they truly like is men who can fit their hearts. Simply put, it's just someone who looks good compared to Chen's dominant knowledge in the entire Ian District, as well as the physical fitness that can be compared to that of a senior martial arts school student, or the occasional low-key luxury that may be inadvertently revealed. In the eyes of members of the Beauty Association led by Mu Nanji, Chen's stunning and handsome appearance is not as charming as her. Of course. They also do not deny that Chen, who has gathered many advantages far beyond ordinary people, has actually become more attractive to them. Chen also felt a bit uncomfortable at first. After all, even in Chen's eyes, it must be praised that among these people, there is the existence of the pinnacle of human beauty. If Chen had encountered this battle in his previous life, he might have surrendered long ago. What is the pinnacle of martial arts? What is the highest source of chaos, that can lead a happy life of galloping horses with the help of the system for the rest of one's life? Isn't it fragrant? Until Chen saw his handsome face in the mirror, which seemed to gather all the beauty in the world. Su Chenkai finally woke up suddenly. As is well known, women are unpredictable. Before leaving society, look at your face. After entering society, look at money. After owning everything, turn around and start looking at your face as a man. Su Chen is different in this regard. As the saying goes, a man is still young until death, never forgetting his original intention, in order to remain true. Su Chen always has only one standard, he looks at his face. Therefore, these guys can't be cheap anymore. Faced with Mu Nanji, who is known as the Ian Pure Desire ceiling, and the fierce attack, Su Chen clearly had no intention of responding. Gigi. On the contrary, as Su Chen felt Mu Nanji's voice getting closer to him and couldn't pretend not to see it, his heart suddenly became a bit restless again. Forget it. After casually throwing the star meteorite red copper, which was enough to make the vast majority of warriors fight with their lives, Su Chen's figure immediately walked towards the school gate. Su Chen did not exert much strength, but with his god of war level physical fitness. Even if walking casually, it is not something that Mu Nanji, a small, junior martial arts school student, can catch up with. With Su Chen's appearance, she is always the focus of attention no matter where she is. Therefore, in just a moment of attention from the crowd of flower enthusiasts, Su Chen's figure disappeared from the sight of Mu Nanji and many flower enthusiasts. Humph. However, Mu Nanji, who discovered that her actions had failed again, did not have the disappointment she had imagined on her face. Instead, she ignited a fierce fighting spirit. It seems that Gigi doesn't like this type, but I won't give up. Oh my. But ultimately, she is still a blooming girl, and there is still some frustration of failure in her heart. Excited, he naturally kicked the meteorite red copper left by Su Chen. After leaving the school gate, Su Chen still felt a bit helpless. He certainly knew that being handsome was a good thing, but at Su Chen's level, being handsome actually became a burden. Su Chen is just an ordinary person who wants to climb the summit of the universe. But in this powerful world that devours the starry sky, what can Su Chen's charm do? I don't know which little hoof my handsome appearance will eventually be cheaper, and there don't seem to be many famous female characters in the original work, do you? Chen. The top 10 dream snail wings in the universe. Genius war. No, although he is a genius, the assistance he can provide to Su Chen is really limited. The illusionary spirit king who hindered Hong and Ji Qing from falling in love seems to be a rare thigh to be granted immortality at the royal level. However, the name of those 18 layers of desire illusion makes people feel a bit overwhelmed. There really don't seem to be many famous female characters in the original work. Pooh. What are you thinking? I am a 7-foot-tall man named Su Chintang, strong and healthy. It's not that my stomach and intestines are bad, so I can only eat something soft. There seems to be another one, the strongest in the universe of the Zerg tribe. The Zerg Queen. End of this chapter. Chapter 8. First Battle. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8. First Battle. North of Jiangnan Base City, Military Region Garrison. Accompanied by the long roar of a train, a figure wearing a full set of SS Level 9 series combat uniforms walked step by step out of the special supply carriage amidst the envious gaze of everyone. Which god of war powerhouse is this? I recognize that, it's a limited edition tactical communication watch from the HR Alliance. Why would such a strong person come to our place? This person is wrapped in protective gear all over his body, carrying a very eye-catching 1.5 meter long blood shadow battle knife that looks particularly domineering in the sunlight. The black and red combat uniform, shimmering with cold alloy boots, and the vest, arm guards, and communication watch on the body all exude a precise mechanical sense. Just a glance gives a feeling of unstoppable coldness from the bottom of one's heart. That's right. The strong man in front of me, fully armed to the teeth, is naturally Su Chen. After all, although Su Chen felt his teeth were not good, the food on earth was still too hard. As for people, they ultimately have to rely on themselves generally speaking. After obtaining the quasi-warrior certification for their physical fitness, warriors need to participate in the warrior practical assessment organized by various base cities. The venue for the warrior practical assessment is usually set up on the outskirts of each base city, and is usually held in monster towns created by military forces. This is also the first time that ordinary human warriors have left the base city and truly experienced the bloody battle with monsters in the wilderness area. After passing the actual combat assessment for warriors, it is even more common to come to this wilderness area among various warrior teams. It can be said that every warrior of humanity relies step by step on the bloody battle with monsters in this environment, and maximizes the potential of their own genes on the edge of life and death. By exploring the monster resources in the wilderness area, one can gradually break through the boundaries of their own martial arts cultivation and become a higher level warrior. It can be said that the wilderness is a hell for all the weak, but it is also a paradise for all the strong who aspire to the peak of martial arts. In this situation, most warriors take pride in fighting in the wilderness. In order for humans to obtain resources and money for themselves, wilderness areas are the biggest hunting ground for human warriors. But the fact is, at this moment, Chen, who already possesses the physical fitness of a god of war warrior, has left the base city for the first time. At the same time, it is also the first time to feel what kind of scenery this wilderness area is occupied by monsters. The morning sun shone through the thin clouds and shone on Chen. Without the hustle and bustle of the base city, the air filled with the primitive atmosphere of wilderness made Chen somewhat intoxicated. This wilderness area is not as bad as imagined. After leaving the military base, Chen, armed to the point of teeth, finally turned around to take a look. In theory, this is one of the campsites in Gongwei Jiangnan base city. The number of warriors is naturally not small, and on the contrary, the quantity is beyond imagination, but the quality is actually not very good. However, Chen, who had already done his homework, was also aware that although this military camp was not too far from the sea, many powerful monsters were attracted to City 003. In addition, this place is only 100 kilometers away from Jiangnan base city and has long been cleaned up by the god of war team among human warriors. Of course, this is not a problem with the military camp, it is his problem. So, Chen is still too excellent. Chen's destination this time is City 023, which was originally located in Suzhou. Although it's not that there are no lord-level monsters around here, they are mainly at the level of beast generals and beast soldiers. That's why Chen chose this area as his debut venue for his martial arts career. There are hundreds of monster areas at the level of City 023 in the entire Asian region. The level of danger in City 023 is above average, as City 003 is only a few hundred kilometers away from here. From time to time, there are still many monsters that like to wander between these two cities. Therefore, within the scope of Jiangnan base city, there are not many warriors who choose to hunt in this highly uncertain area. After leaving the military base, Chen didn't even see a few monsters, let alone ordinary warriors. The few cloud-crowned sparrows flying in the sky, Chen really didn't want to pay attention. Warriors don't have the ability to fly until they break through the star rating. At most, relying on various power techniques to increase one's own hovering time is too much trouble to deal with this naturally flying monster. In the early days, Chen had considered whether to develop a set of combat techniques to help warriors stay in the air, such as the 6 forms moon step in pirates. After some simple yet shameful attempts at the second level, as well as Chen's complete SS-level combat suit weighing hundreds of pounds, he was told a reality. The idea of stepping on the right foot with the left foot and ascending to the sky in place, which was so overwhelming for Newton's coffin, should be abandoned. Lan Jiao still has value in this development, but it will also have to wait until the day when he can freely release energy after breaking through the star rating. The physical fitness of the god of war is so strong that under full attack, one can already see the shadow of City 023. Meanwhile, Su Chen's first opponent on this wilderness trip also appeared in front of him. Roar, 100 meters ahead of Su Chen, sharp monster roars were heard, and a group of dark figures were harming the wild crops. 30 years ago, the city of 023 experienced a beast tide, and these villages and fields also returned to the wilderness. It has been so long, and there is hardly any trace of human activity here. Only the remnants of metal pipes and plastic signs on the ground still speak of the once bustling and lively atmosphere here. At the same time that Su Chen discovered these monsters, they also noticed Su Chen's extremely provocative attire. Fight, Unicorn Wild Boar. Well, Su Chen didn't expect to encounter this kind of thing first. A group of beast soldier level monsters, Unicorn Wild Boars, ranging between G. level and F. level. This is also normal, after all, it is on the outskirts of the city. It's not so easy to encounter those high-end monsters living in the center of the city. Isn't it a bit cheaper for a god of war level warrior to bully a group of beast soldier level unicorn wild boars on his own? But obviously, the unicorn wild boar in front of them did not know that Su Chen had a plan to let them go in his heart. They became excited when they discovered Su Chen, the lonely, fish-lipped human. Roar, roar, the roar of the unicorn wild boar kept coming one after another, constantly emitting an excited and intimidating roar towards Su Chen. Finally, seemingly seeing that Su Chen had no intention of responding, the leader of the one-horned wild boar, holding his giant 1-meter-long horn, rushed towards Su Chen. Tonight's extra meal. The unicorn wild boar fantasized about the upcoming delicacy in its mind, and tears of excitement streamed down its lips. Just as the unicorn wild boar felt its handsome unicorn about to pierce its opponent, it did feel somewhat puzzled and realized that its limbs had left the ground at some point. So this is my first battle. Fighting is really something I can do with my hands. Su Chen looked at the one-horned wild boar in front of her, who was about to struggle frantically and could only weakly swing its thick and short limbs, and felt a little helpless. At this moment, Su Chen's right hand firmly grasped the 1-meter-long unicorn of the wild boar, and lifted it directly into mid-air with its body. Bang! Su Chen swung down suddenly, and the unicorn wild boar landed heavily on the ground, making a huge roar, winning. Fighting is indeed a matter of having hands. Su Chen sighed helplessly. Unicorn wild boar. End of this chapter. Chapter 9. Human Situation. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 9. Human Situation, ding. Congratulations to the host for killing the beast soldier level monster for the first time and obtaining Ocean Heart *1. Ocean Heart, green rare, origin. Titanic introduction. A large diamond with bright dark blue color, it is one of the rare and precious gemstones known as hope, and a symbol of love in the eyes of the world. You jump, I jump. Glancing briefly at the unique reminder in my mind, Su Chen said that she has long been accustomed to it, and the purpose of this system is probably to mock herself. The top 10 diamonds that I couldn't even remember their names from my past life, I have gathered them all today. Star of Africa, Mountain of Light, Axasius, Great Mogul, Eye of the Gods, Orloff, Xianxi, Taylor Burton, along with the recently received Ocean Heart of Hope. The top 10 rare treasures are now peacefully sleeping in Su Chen's system space, occasionally shining with dazzling brilliance, although it doesn't have much egg use. It is not difficult to find a planet entirely composed of diamonds while devouring the starry world. Just the top 10 diamonds, okay. It's much better than those useless banknotes or gold. Let's consider it as a commemoration of Su Chen's pure and beautiful era in his past life, and also as the faint light that Su Chen appeared on this day full of money and decay garbage system. Fortunately, with the recently obtained universe coins as a guarantee, Su Chen's gaze at the system has become much more pleasing during this period. Since we can sign in and issue the universe coin once, the second and third times will not be far away. With sufficient universe coins as support, it is not difficult to break through the Realm Master with the convenience of the virtual universe after the era of the big universe. This result is much better than Su Chen's previous expectations. Lord of the Realm. TSK. Although the World Master level may not be considered a top powerhouse in the universe, it is still easy to establish a galaxy as a territory. Moreover, with that terrifying lifespan of 10 million years, being a carefree local emperor would be extremely comfortable. Thinking about it, I feel that the future sunshine has become much brighter. So it seems that even without holding on to the protagonist's thigh, Su Chen himself can still live a very comfortable life. What a ghost. The matter of sending Water of Life to Luo Feng should also be put on the agenda as soon as possible. This immortality should be sufficient. Cough. Luo Feng called out to Su Chen, "Big brother," and Luo Feng's younger brother is Su Chen's younger brother. Do you need any reason to help your own brother? Roar. Roar. Just as Su Chen was still pondering. Seeing their leader being so oppressed and treated by a fish-lipped human, the one-horned wild boar herd, which was covered in darkness, was now burning with flames in their eyes. Without saying a word, he took a heavy step forward, and then turned around and ran. It has to be said that there is a certain reason why the unicorn wild boar can become the most common and inexpensive beast-level monster around Jiangnan Bay City. The ability to foresee immediate danger and grasp the situation in extreme situations. Although these low-level monsters may not have such powerful intelligence, their ability to survive in groups here proves their strong instincts in this area. The tenacity of life is truly beyond people's imagination. Su Chen naturally didn't have much thought to deal with these unicorn wild boars, which had little economic value and no practical training significance. But it was precisely this time that Su Chen faced these monsters firsthand that she finally realized the difficulties of human society at present. Although the existence of planets like Hong and Thunder God has a powerful presence in their respective fields, most humans can only retreat to the base city. Don't be fooled by Su Chen's ease and lightness in dealing with a unicorn wild boar. Ordinary warriors may not be the same. Not to mention the 99% or more ordinary people in the 23 remaining base cities around the world. In today's society, although the existence of warriors is not rare, they are far from being the mainstream of humanity. Even ordinary warriors who step into the threshold of junior warrior level are just a drop in the bucket compared to the billions of ordinary humans on Earth. It is so rare that it can even be called 1 in a million. Not to mention Su Chen, who doesn't have many God of War level physical fitness in the world. But what about monsters? And like a unicorn wild boar, an adult beast like a small van, although not ubiquitous, it is definitely not as rare as a human warrior. According to some experts, the number of monsters on land alone has exceeded 10,000 times the number of human warriors. What's even more terrifying is that these monsters also possess extremely terrifying reproductive abilities, especially for pigs, dogs, cats, cows, sheep, snakes, and other species that had a huge population before the Great Nirvana period. This situation is like a nightmare for the already precarious major base cities. Not to mention the vaster and more vast ocean-restricted areas. Even the billions of sea monsters that powerful warriors can kill are just a drop in the bucket for countless monsters in the vast ocean. Not even a drop in the bucket. Fortunately, humans also have the firearms technology left over from the Great Nirvana period. Even without the presence of warriors, they can threaten some monster-level beasts with many powerful firearms. In addition, after the Great Nirvana period, the Earth has actually embarked on a path of development towards a high martial world. In a world of high martial arts where the strong are revered, the deterrent power of top powerhouses like Hong and Thunder God is unparalleled. It is precisely under these many conditions that humans are able to gradually restore order and productivity in such a harsh situation. Even now they have the ability to launch a counterattack against monster-occupied areas. The potential that humanity can unleash in the face of disasters is unimaginable. At this moment, Su Chen was the first to develop an inner sense of identification with this originally vague world. At this moment, Su Chen felt a little nervous. And also a little passionate, he had an uncontrollable impulse to go out and truly see this world, to see how the human race in every corner of the earth kills enemies. The glorious years of bloody battles that I learned from various imaging materials before did not bring much real feeling to Chen. But at this moment, experienced the authenticity of this wilderness area firsthand while truly stepping into the wilderness. That 10,000 people. 100,000 people. Even a legion of 1 million people charged to kill the enemy, killing corpses everywhere, killing blood flowing into a river, and killing monsters trembling. As pointed out by the blade of the human race, invincible. Even many lord-level monsters can only retreat in panic, and even the more terrifying king-level monsters can only refuse to retreat. Epics of human and monster battles echoed in Chen's mind, making him somewhat immersed. End of this chapter. Chapter 10. Will Transformation. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 10. Will Transformation Will. Although it is somewhat ethereal, untouchable, and even some truly top-notch experts within the primordial universe cannot have a clear analysis of it. But warriors within the primordial universe, especially those above the cosmic level. It is well known that the strength of willpower is crucial for a warrior to achieve even greater cultivation. A wooden board that wants to store more water depends on which board is the shortest. Therefore, physical fitness, mental power, cosmic energy, and body state are also extremely important, and at the same time, there is finally a basis for improving the strength of martial artists. The only thing that matters is the will, which is so elusive, but at the same time, its impact on a warrior's future is immensely significant. There are generally only two ways to enhance one's willpower, apart from those unique and powerful opportunities. The first is to endure hardship. Through enduring pain and honing time and time again, polishing one's own will in the midst of suffering, as long as one does not collapse, there will always be gains. This has certain similarities with the magical sound of Chen's resistance system. The second and simplest method is time. With the passage of time and the growth of experience, the warrior's own will gain certain growth under the erosion of time. The stronger your strength, the longer you live, the stronger your strength. The will of warriors will become increasingly powerful through the polishing of hardships and the baptism of time, ultimately leading to qualitative changes and the emergence of various incredible magical methods. At this moment, Chen is experiencing his first willpower transformation in life. In the past decade or so, Chen has been constantly baptized by the system's magic sound, or perhaps someone else might have gone crazy long ago. But Chen didn't. Even in these repeated confrontations, I have honed my willpower to become more solid and powerful under normal circumstances. Chen's will should have undergone a transformation long ago. However, for various reasons, there is still a slight flaw in Chen's heart. Until this time stepping into the wilderness area. See this real wilderness, the real world with your own eyes, and slay that real monster. Chen has finally welcomed this opportunity for transformation. For spiritual thinkers, if we compare spiritual power to an ordinary soldier, and will is the commander of this legion. Having a powerful commander can instantly elevate the combat effectiveness of the entire army to an extremely terrifying level. For warriors, the same goes for them. The combat power that a warrior with strong willpower can unleash is also unimaginable. Therefore, whether it is a warrior or a spiritual thinker, the strength of willpower is one of the most critical attributes that affect one's own strength. Hong, the strongest person on earth, divides the so-called will state of mind into 3 levels. The first realm is to directly point to one's true heart, have a clear understanding of one's nature, and see through all illusions. The second realm is the unity of yin and yang, the unity of heaven and man, the heart of a child, and the state of mind is greatly perfected. In theory, it has even reached its peak. The third aspect is the boundless emptiness of the heart, which can be infinitely large. The heart can accommodate everything, and its ability to pretend increases sharply. But Chen, who has read the original work, naturally understands that for divine king-level powerhouses like Sitting Mountain Guests, the so-called Triple Realm is just 3 different paths. With the guidance of the Luophone Road in the original work, coupled with the system prompt sound, Su Chen created such a unique cultivation environment. Su Chen naturally wouldn't choose any flashy combination of yin and yang, or a heart full of confidence. But he chose the first path very decisively and firmly, pointing straight to his true intention. The heart is like a knife, the will is like one, and any obstacle on the way forward is just a joke. Embark on the journey with reverence and do fearless things. My heart is like a mirror, I can see everything in the world clearly. The heart is like a knife, capable of cutting off all obstacles. This seems to be just a foolish insistence on one's true intention, without any skills, to resist all shocks. But in fact, it is like a rock constantly sharpening under the impact of floods, constantly strengthening its own existence. Heart, truly. Pure. Sincerity. To be true, the heart is true without falsehood. Pure, pure without any distractions. Sincerity, with a sincere heart. This is the ultimate method to achieve great miracles and unleash the power of spiritual will. The truth is actually quite simple, and Su Chen, who has read the original work, is also clear about it. In the past, Su Chen has always upheld this belief in the confrontation with the endless system prompts. But it's easy to say, but it's incredibly difficult to truly achieve this. No one knows better than Su Chen how terrifying the future world will be. Devourers, space adventurers, zergs, beasts of the realms, and the great destruction of the universe in Su Chen's heart, there were one huge rock after another that could not be avoided, even as his willpower continued to rise in years of confrontation with the system. But these crises continued to accumulate in Su Chen's heart, as if they were dust stains stained on a mirror, always imprinted there. It is precisely because of this that Su Chen has always been trapped in the city of the base for gold cultivation, and has never come to this wilderness area. Su Chen's heart is afraid until Su Chen broke through the God of War level ahead of schedule this time, he suddenly woke up. Finally, Su Chen arrived at this wilderness area and finally personally killed the first monster. At this moment, Su Chen finally felt relieved. No matter what the future holds, just grasp the present. Fight for yourself. Fight for the human race. In this way, I won't waste my time coming to this wonderful life in the world of swallowing the starry sky. It was precisely at the moment when Su Chen fully recognized this world that a thunderbolt rang out in his mind at this moment. Su Chen's will was cheering and leaping with joy, a painful pleasure of fish leaping over the vast sea and birds flying high in the sky, as if a dragon trapped in the shallow water had finally struggled out of the shallow water and flew up to the 9 heavens, recklessly wandering. It seems like an endless chaotic world has instantly evolved into a universe of billions of stars and countless creatures just at this moment. A powerful willpower slowly emanated from Su Chen. The monsters within a radius suddenly felt a fear originating from their souls, and they scattered and fled in all directions. Ha ha ha. Su Chen stretched lazily and laughed heartily. Will transformation. Unexpectedly, at such a time. It was just because of a beast soldier level unicorn wild boar at this moment, Su Chen felt better than ever before. In his sight, the whole world seemed to become clearer and brighter, as if the last trace of dust had been brushed away by an invisible hand. In a faint moment, Su Chen had a feeling that there seemed to be strange waves jumping excitedly above this seemingly empty sky. Is that unfortunately? This fluctuation is too vague. Or in other words, Su Chen has not truly realized the other party's qualifications at this time, but if it's as Su Chen guessed, this time it's really a big profit. At this moment, Su Chen wished he could slaughter a few more unicorn wild boars. If this kind of transformation could happen a few more times, maybe it would really develop. Unicorn wild boar. Change the signing status, High Senior. Seeking collection. Seeking follow. Up reading, street fighting author kneels down and thanks. End of this chapter.